All right, folks. After being on the DL for 2 games, we are back live from Paramount, Rink 2. I'm playing on Rink 2 this year, as we got the Toronto Eagles and the Mississauga Terriers, and the first of a 2-game series. Game 2 will be in Montreal later this week. No sense at all, but that's a whole other story. Here we go. Terriers in white with the puck. Here comes Ronan. Eagles wearing their red uniforms. Ronan going head-to-head here. Throws it in front. Nobody there. There's our first shot on net. Long one, really a line change. And here come the Eagles. Long pass intercepted by Connor, who banks it off back into the Toronto end, where they are regrouping. Ooh, dangerous cross-ice pass, but Keogh's there to intercept. And back comes Bracken on the left side. Backhand high in the air over to Simon. Kept in by the Eagles. Another shot on net. And we got Simon in the corner with it. Puck comes into the corner. And Eagles trying to do. Oh, good job by Ethan keeping in. Long shot and a glove save there for the third shot on net for the Terriers in this game. We're 1 minute and 38 seconds into this game. It's no score. I understand the last 2 games we didn't start very well. So Terriers have come out with a little bit of purpose here to start the game. Unlike what I hear we didn't have in the beginning of the the last 2 games that weren't recorded. With 5 goals total being scored in the first 4 minutes of both games. Now that I've said that, the Eagles are probably going to go on a rampage here and get 4 goals. But hopefully not. Puck comes bouncing into the Terriers' end. Campbell behind the net with it. Reverse backhand up to Michael Bento. Bento, cross-ice pass. Gets it to Carlo. Just lost control of it. And the Eagles regroup behind their net. Here, a little give and go. Almost worked, but Terriers back to defend. We got Ronan here, and up to Jaden. We got a 3-on-1 here. Cross-ice pass, off his skate. Just kind of a tricky. Tried a one-timer, and Cameron Toth couldn't get at it. Back to the point to Campbell, and trying to get a deep shot. Just goes wide from Ronan, back to the left point. Miles keeps it in. Campbell pinching and out center ice and fired back into the end here. And that will be down the ice, and that should be icing. And it is. All right, a good start for the Terriers here. No score, but they've had all the shots. 4-0 right now, with 11:40 left in the first period. Long shot, looked like it was blocked. And shot to the point, cleared in by the Terriers. Banked off the boards, that'll be icing. And we'll come back into the Eagles' end with 11:27 left. Early in the first period, no score. Just couldn't keep it in, but banked back into the Eagles' end. And they come out. Long pass up the middle. And they didn't call that icing. I don't know why. That was behind, well behind the net. Now it's in front, cleared away. But back comes Harris Wasay, who's just returned to the team over the weekend. Harris coming in, shot just over the crossbar from in close. Here come the Eagles now, over the middle, almost split the defense. And they get their first shot on net. And Harris banks it back into the other end. Eagles now coming up full steam ahead here over the blue line. Knocked away there by Connor. Backhand pass. Oh, intercepted by Simon now. Oh, he tried to get it to Reese, who was busting in. Reese does get it. Going in now, all by himself though. And that will be a hooking penalty on the Eagles there. Lazy penalty. I mean, it was 1-on-4, and you didn't have to do that. But the Terriers will benefit from the laziness and go on the power play here with 10:20 left in the first period. No score. So we got, Reese gets the face-off, back to the point. Miles loses it in his skates, and the Eagles come shooting out into the Terriers' end. But the Terriers regroup, and back comes Jake. Cross-ice pass, cuts inside to Reese, coming in. He's on his backhand. Goes behind the net now with it. Moving it around. Back to the point to Bracken. Long shot, screen, saved by the Eagles goalie. And back to the Eagles tap it down into the Terriers' end. 1:23 left on the power play with the Terriers. Tried to bank it. That didn't work out. And the Eagles will fire it back into the Terriers' end. And here comes Ronan. Tries to go through the defenseman. Does. Comes behind the net with it. Back to the point to Walker. Gives it back to Hatch, but didn't have a lot of room there. And the Terriers... Ronan tried to beat the guy one-on-one and almost gave up a breakaway. And Jonathan Campbell will... Oh, and he loses his balance. And Terriers trying to get it. Now they managed to get it. They got Harris now, and he takes control of it. And he'll pass it back to Harris. Got 16 seconds left in the power play. Last chance. Back to the point to Walker. Knocked away by the Terriers. Toronto going in on a breakaway. Save. On a giveaway on the power play. But Zach with his first save of the game, and it was a big one. Breakaway. Short-handed breakaway. And there's 4 seconds left in this Terrier penalty or power play. And 1 second, and the penalty is over. And North Toronto back to full strength. 8:15 left in the first period. Shots on goal remain 4-1 for the Terriers. No score. Good job by Markovic. Keep it in. Just lost control of it. Banked around the boards. Intercepted by Michael Bento. Passes it to Jane. Tried to do a give and go, but it came back to the point. Kept in by Marcus. And back to the point of Miles. He keeps it in. Down low along the boards. And Bento just lost control of it. Oh, a turnover. Marcus, long shot. Saved by the goalie. Cross-ice pass. And Marcus will drift behind the Terriers net here. And a long pass up. And unfortunately, oh, they didn't give the icing on that. And Terriers fortunate there. Oh, not a good move here. Cutting in, long shot. Oh, and a good save by Zach. And another giveaway in the Terriers' end. Shots are 6-2 in favor of the Terriers, but the two best shots in this game have been both by North Toronto. They've had the two best chances, in close and on a breakaway. And here goes a bank pass up to Reese. He was open, just missed them, and that will be icing with 6:56 left in the first period. No score. Short side attempt there by North Toronto, but no room to do that. Comes out to center. North Toronto backhanded it back to the blue line. Campbell, cross-ice pass over to Walker. Walker, long pass up the middle and hits Simon Carroll, cutting in, goes at his backhand, pivots, and there's Campbell, shot on net and stopped by the North Toronto goalie. With 6:28 left in the first period. Still looking for our first goal. Face-off won by North Toronto, and that should be icing. I don't know about these refs on icing. They had to think about that one. That was pretty obvious. It was 3 feet behind the red line when he shot it in. But in the end, they made the correct call. So face-off back in the North Toronto end. North Toronto comes up with it. Sealed off nicely by Miles there to prevent an attacking charge into the Terriers' end. Rounded on the boards. Kept in by North Toronto, overskated it. Now here comes Toronto right in. Another good save by Zach. And North Toronto gets it away from Harris, cutting in on net. Shot goes wide. North Toronto keeping it in here. Ran on the boards to Harris. And he flips it up to, almost got by Harrow, but here comes Ronan Hatch, flying over the blue line, cuts in, going in, shot, save, scores! Ronan Hatch, bursting in over the blue line, deep the defenseman, just lost control of it, shot it at the goalie. He did stop it, but he didn't stop all of it, and it dribbled just past the goal line and into the net. And the Terriers, with their 8th shot on net, go up 1-0. Here comes Carlo. Gets hold of it center ice, knocked away by North Toronto. Carlo's going to get another chance. Quick shot, deflected, wide, kept in by Michael Bento. But here comes North Toronto, long pass. Big break there for the Terriers. It hit the ref's skates and didn't get to the North Toronto forward. Now North Toronto going for a skate, long shot, rebound, and cleared out to center ice. Banked on the boards, and Connor has a hold of it. Nice little pass up to Jake. Changes on both ends. Pass by North Toronto intercepted, but cleared into the Terriers' end. battle on the boards for it. And Carroll comes up with it. And turn around and flips it in deep. Puck goes into the Terrier end. Jonathan Campbell comes up with it, busts over the line, tries to flip it up off the boards, but intercepted by North Toronto. Coming in, right in on goal, shot, backhand, and a goal. It was a great intercepted play there by the North Toronto forward who intercepted the Terrier clearing attempt, cut in on the goalie, went all the way all alone, and little deep backhand into the far corner of the net. And we got ourselves a 1-1 hockey game with 3:35 left in the first period. Cleared back in the Terriers' end. Moved by Miles there. Chipped up but kept in by North Toronto. They got a man in front all alone. Ooh, nice toe save there by Zach from a close-in shot by North Toronto. And a clearing tap by Toth went into the Terriers bench. And a face-off will be in the Terriers' end here with 3:08 left in the first period. It's Mississauga 1, North Toronto 1. Oh, bouncing puck. Oh, North Toronto comes up with it. Quick shot blocked in front by Marcus. And here comes Harris. The cross-ice pass to Cameron. And it goes to the corner. And North Toronto now. Long pass. And that's hammered right back into the North Toronto end. And a bounce pass gets in on the 10. And a long shot, or a shot coming in on a partial breakaway. Again stopped by Zach. And now here comes North Toronto. Comes into the Terriers' end. Bounce pass up to Bento, and they're going to call icing, unfortunately, with 2:11 left in the first period, 1-1. Shots on goal are 8-5 for Mississauga. And face-off won by Terriers right in front of the net. Stopped by Carlo. A point-blank chance blocked in front. Another chance blocked in front again. A couple of close-in chances for North Toronto, but both shots were blocked and hit into the boards. And the North Toronto, or the Terriers player, is slow to get up. He got slammed into the boards, and he is holding his head. I did not see the hit. I saw him being taken out, and it's Jaden. Again, I didn't see. I know Jaden had the puck and he shot it into the North Toronto end, and I could see a North Toronto player coming in to throw a body check, but I followed the puck and didn't see it, but did hear a thump. So he did seem to take a body check into the boards. He is getting up on his own, so that's a good sign. And seems okay. Getting a little assistance off the ice. And hopefully he'll be all right. Again, he did get up on his own, so that's a good sign. Just getting a little help from his teammates onto the bench, and he is walking along the bench, grabbing the back of his head. And he's just having a seat. Might be a little wobbly, but hopefully he'll be out. We'll keep an eye on him, and hopefully he'll be back out soon. But first thing we hope is he's all right. But early sign seems to be he's okay. 1:41 left in the first period. Another clearing attempt by the Terriers. Didn't get through, and North Toronto intercepts. North Toronto now has it. Doing around. A cross-ice pass was blocked. North Toronto keeps it into the Terriers' end. And Reese banks it up and comes to center ice. And here comes Reese over the blue line. Bouncing puck. Didn't get through. And the puck comes up to center ice. Backhanded in, or shot in now by Carroll. Backhand hit the ref. We got a minute left in the first period here. Long pass up the middle. Campbell taps it back into the Terriers' end. And North Toronto will regroup. And long shot. And clubbed by Zach, and he'll hold on to it with 40 seconds left in the first period of a 1-1 hockey game. Another long pass deflection over the net. It would have been on net, but it was high, so fortunate. And Terriers trying to get it out, but just can't. Another close-in chance, blocked by Walker in front. And here's a 3-on-1 for the Terriers, but pass, quick one-timer by Cameron Toth, and saved by the North Toronto goalie. Good chance there. We got 9 seconds left in the period, and here's a chance for Ronan with 3 seconds left. Passes it back to Harris, and that will do it for the first period. And I don't know if there's something happened at the end there. It doesn't seem to be. I thought there might be a penalty. But we are at the end of the first period, and it is Mississauga 1 and North Toronto 1. And we've got, looks like Jaden skating off the ice on his own with assist from Marcus, and he's heading into the Terriers bench and for further evaluation. Good sign that he did skate on his own, and hopefully he's okay. So shots on goal in that first period were 10-6 in favor of the Terriers, but at least 5, if not all, of the 6 shots by the North Toronto forwards on Zach were grade A scoring chances. Terriers were just a little lazy with their puck management in their end, not getting the puck out with enough force, and allowing North Toronto to intercept, and it did lead to their goal. Now, North Toronto with some pressure here, and they come up with the Terriers' end. We're going to pass a cross-ice pass, deflects right to Zach from in front, but he covers it up. Just some little extracurricular activities going on here. The ref, I don't know if the ref called something or not. Nope. He did not, but he seemed to be chatting with them, maybe telling them to settle down a little bit. It's been a little bit of feistiness in the last couple of minutes here, but no penalties in the game so far. Now face-off comes right in front, point-blank chance. And that was tipped away by Campbell. Another point-blank chance for North Toronto here. Terriers just kind of lethargic in their own end so far. And here they come out. Shot, save, rebound. And really good play by Reese. And here comes a 2-on-1. You got Carroll. Cross. No, he ended up shooting it with Simon busting in. And saved by the North Toronto goalie. Now Reese has it again. Chance. Cross. Back to the left point. North Toronto. Long shot deflected. Just wide. And the puck remains in the corner. And North Toronto has it. And a drop pass to the point by left defenseman. And he will take a shot. And it's saved by Zach. Terriers not strong on the puck in their own end so far in this game. Their puck management has been very lethargic and lazy, and North Toronto's been able to intercept and come up with the puck when the Terriers had ample opportunity to make a strong play out of their end, and has led to some really good chances. There's a long shot, save, rebound, and Ronan comes up with it. He'll go behind the net, and he'll go for a skate, and a quick pass up to Harris, and he bursts over the blue line, drop past to Cameron, long cross-sized pass back to Ronan, but it was North Toronto defenseman was there, cleared into the Terriers' end, hammered around the boards, and Toth tried to get it out, but North Toronto keeps it in. And North Toronto maintains it. Bouncing puck comes out and cleared away by by the Terriers, and that will be icing. And with a face-off back in the Terriers' end, 12:59 left in the second period. It's a 1-1 hockey game. Face-off puck goes into the corner there. Kept in by North Toronto. Round on the boards. North Toronto keeps it in. Oh, bouncing puck. And kicked away by Zach. Still can't get it out. North Toronto keeps in, and another long shot. Save, rebound, shot. Another shot, blocked in front. Another shot. And a goal for North Toronto. And the Terriers just could not get it out of their end there. And it finally caught up with them there. Zach with multiple saves there. Couldn't get it out. Long shot was blocked in front. Another point-blank chance. And that one was blocked, but went right to the North Toronto player, and he buried it. Oh, all right. They didn't count it. Okay. All right, well, Terriers, huge break there. Turned out it might have been goalie interference. Shot by Simon Carroll. Just was deflected wide. North Toronto and Carroll battling in the corner. Jake Bracken clears it around the boards and tipped up to center and stopped by the Bears. A long shot goes wide by North Toronto. Puck comes into the corner, and Campbell tried to clear it up, but it hit the defenseman, and this one comes out. And Reese now with it, and he will pass it back to Campbell, who has to go back and get it with the North Toronto player after him, and here he comes. Down the left side, cutting in over the blue line, looking for somebody to give it to. And it shot in front, but nobody there, and back comes North Toronto. And cleared into the Terriers' end. 11:09 left in the second period. Still a 1-1 hockey game. And now it's cleared into the North Toronto end by Toth. North Toronto did put it into the Terriers' net about 2 minutes ago, but it was waved off for goalie interference. Now a close-in chance. Goes blocked, and a shot from the side goes in front, and a bouncing puck deflected in between Zach and dribbled over the net. And this one, unfortunately, will count. And North Toronto will go up 2-1 here with 10:47 left in the second period. Terriers just not sharp in their own end in this game. And it's caught up with them a couple of times. Both their goals really didn't need to happen, but they did. Now the puck is shot back into the Terriers' end. North Toronto now clearing it out in front. And Zach will cover it up with 10:24 left in the second period. North Toronto leads it 2-1. Was a bit of a funny, funky, fluky bounce by North Toronto that led to their go-ahead goal. But again, Terriers need to be sharper in their own end. North Toronto wins the face-off, cleared into the back of the corner, cleared out in front, but backhanded away. And now it is tipped down the ice. And Cameron Toth does a backhand, and here comes Harris cutting on net. Oh, and it's just knocked away before he can get a shot. Good defensive play by North Toronto. And now here's Ronan, shot, blocked, or deflected, and picked up out of the midair by the North Toronto goalie. And he'll hold on to it to face off in the North Toronto end with an even 10 minutes left in the second period. And it's North Toronto 2, Mississauga 1. And face-off puck right in front of the net. Terriers cross. Oh, right in front. Backhand. Oh, again a chance. Just at the last minute. Now a chance. Oh, a deflected shot. Just goes wide. Terriers with some good chances, but the puck just didn't bounce their way. And again, Terriers trying to get out of their own end and couldn't. And this time they will. Ooh, almost busted Connor up the ice for a breakaway. But North Toronto intercepts and plays it into the corner. Now the Terriers have it. Flipped up the center ice to Michael Bento, but it just went over his head. And here comes North Toronto busting it on the right side. Cutting in. And he cut in on the net. And he tried to go to his backhand and lost control of it. And it went through Zach's pads and into the back of the net. And it's 3-1 now for North Toronto. Some fortuitous bounces here in the second period for North Toronto. Deflected pass and a move he didn't even want to make. And both went into the net. And North Toronto leads at 3-1. So the Terriers have some work to do. And here comes another good scoring chance. Cutting in, cross, point blank chance. And another goal. Again, an odd man rush. North Toronto forward. And I almost think that the Terriers need a timeout here because they've just become a little discombobulated over the last 3 minutes here, which has led to 3 goals. And yeah, it looks like Coach James has called a timeout. A really good time for a timeout, as the Terriers have just been the victim of some lethargic play and some bouncing pucks. But that last goal was a little unacceptable as the North Toronto forward just beat everybody else down the ice and got a trailing pass and a wide open shot from the slot, and Zach had no chance. So it's 8:50 left in the second period, and North Toronto leads it 4-1. Still lots of time here, but the Terriers got to re-up their game here, try and get back into this game. And now here's a 2-on-1 for North Toronto. Cross-ice pass, and a cross-ice pass, tried to do a give and go, and fortunately for the Terriers, it missed him, or it would have been a tap-in, and that will be an intentional offside, and that should come back into the North Toronto end, and it will, with 8:29 left in the second period, with North Toronto leading at 4-1. Puck comes up to center ice, tipped back into the North Toronto end, and they will shoot it into the Terriers' end, with Miles coming up behind the net. Hard bank off the boards, up the ice. Almost got to top. North Toronto clears it right in, and there's a perfect example. The puck was cleared into the end, and it went off the ref's skate and went right onto the stick of the North Toronto forward, who went in and had a clear shot, but it was blocked at the last minute by the defenseman. And there is another shot from the point that went off two bodies and into the back of the net. So the puck bounce are definitely going North Toronto's way right now. And they lead at 5-1 there. The Terriers play has not been good in the second period, but they've also been the victim of some very, very bad bounces that went North Toronto's way. And we have a goaltending change as Zach comes out, and Raj will come into the net. And you can't really fault Zach for any of that. I think it's just to try and change the mojo of this game that has been clearly bouncing North Toronto's way. I don't know, maybe Zach broke a mirror or something today. There's a shot on net, kicked out to the point. Campbell then keeps it in, and cross-ice pass deflected by North Toronto, and puck goes into the corner. Campbell comes out with it. Backhand press. Close-in shot. Save. Rebound. Another close-in shot. Save. Rebound. Blocked. Back to the point. Long shot. Just goes wide. Terriers with some pressure here. Back to the point again. Long shot. That one goes wide. Pinched in by the Terriers. And Carlo comes up with it. And still can't get it out. Kept in again by the Terriers. And another good chance. And a cross-ice pass shot, rebound. It comes into the corner. Some really good pressure here. And the puck comes up. And a little bit of a snowplow there. And covered up by the... And I think they got the North Toronto player who went in and basically covered up the puck as Raj covered up the puck. The North Toronto player went in and just snowplowed right into him, and the ref called him, I guess, unsportsmanlike, I get, but goalie change seemed to give a little bit of spark to the Terriers. Maybe this was all Zach's fault. He must have broke a mirror today, because I have never seen, can't remember last time I saw a game where the puck was just bouncing so decidedly for one team and everything they did, and against one team for everything they did. Now, that's not the only reason why the Terriers are winning. They haven't helped. Now we got a power play here and a pass in front that got deflected wide and cleared into the Terriers' end. Cleared into the corner, and the North Toronto forward is there first, and he will eat up some valuable time and backhanded it in. And now cleared into the North Toronto end. And he will bank it off and down the ice. 1:21 left in the power play here for the Terriers. They could really use a goal here with 5:39 left in the second period, with North Toronto leading it 5-1. Now here comes Jake over the line, in front to Carroll, quick shot, and a glove save by the North Toronto goalie. We got 1:03 left in the power play here. 5:28 left in the second period, and it's 5-1 North Toronto. Bouncing puck, and Ronan comes up with it. Terriers will gather up. Back to the right point to Campbell. Campbell then, long shot deflected, and comes in front. North Toronto comes up with it, backhanded up the boards, kept in by the Terriers. War busted around the net, and there's another example. The puck went around the boards, and it would have been intercepted. It would have been picked up by the Terrier defenseman, but it hit a partition in the window and went right on to the North Toronto defenseman, who had a free chance to shoot it, but he did shoot it right into the Terriers defenseman, and the puck bounced into their boards to the faceoff. Now this is cleared down the ice into the Terriers' end with 27 seconds left in the Terriers' power play. And the Terriers now with one last chance to get something out of this power play, as now cross-ice pass to Harris. He comes back to the right point. He'll give it to Campbell. They'll set it up. Campbell then, long shot deflected in front. Quick one-timer, just went off the stick of Harris. Rolling puck. And now Ronan comes up at cross-ice pass. Oh, and it was just tipped away. Great feed for Harris. He would have the whole open net, but it was tipped away on a really good defensive play by the North Toronto defenseman. Otherwise, Harris would have had a tap-in goal there. And it's cleared down the ice, and the penalty was over at that moment, so we have a icing call and a face-off in the North Toronto end with 4:14 left in the second period. Terriers come up with it behind the boards, out front, blocked by the North Toronto defense. Connor now clears it in front and banks it up to the blue line. Nicely intercepted by Marcus, who clears it back into the Terriers' end, or the North Toronto end. Long pass up to the blue line, and here comes North Toronto. And they will try and cut in, but couldn't get it across. Cross-ice pass back to the right point. And there's a shot, and it's blocked in front, and the Terriers come up with it. And here comes Connor Keogh down the left line, circling around the net, and looking for somebody to give it to. Back to the right point. Long shot, deflected just wide of the net. Good try in front there on a deflection. I think that was Connor with a defense, and he comes with it. Cross-ice pass to Walker, and he passes it in front, deflected, shot, rebound, save. Wow, that's a heck of a save by the North Toronto defenseman. And North Toronto then beats us to the point, cuts in, and scores. A great chance at one end for the Terriers on a great save, and cleared out, and North Toronto quick to the puck and cut in all alone and beat Raj through the 5-hole. And it's 6-1 now for North Toronto's. Puck is cleared into the Terriers' end. North Toronto comes up with it. Another funny bounce, but Terriers do come up with it. And the puck comes up. Here comes Harris, bursting down the line. He cuts in and lost control of it. Unfortunately, he's in good position. And a shot, save, rebound, shot again. And deflected and cleared out to center. Fired back in on net. And flipped up to the Terriers' blue line, but is called offside. And faceoff will be back in the North Toronto end here. We got 2:19 left in the second period. Shots on goal are 8-6 for North Toronto. Sorry, 8-5 for North Toronto. Unfortunately, 5 of those 8 shots have found the back of the net. North Toronto comes up with it. And puck is just laying there. Connor pinches in, and Harris will come up with it. Back to Carroll, just fanned on it. And Bracken now comes in the corner with it. Trying to find it, gets it to Cannell at the point. Long shot, save, rebound. And Harris now comes up with it. One-timer out in front, another save by the North Toronto Ents. A good pressure here by the Terriers. Another cross or shot pass in front, but this one's intercepted by nice pinch in there by Walker to keep it in. Some really good pressure here by the Terriers, and that will force North Toronto goalie to cover it up as he saw his team a little discombobulated there, and he covered it up to give them a face-off and a regroup here with 1:26 left in the second period. Puck comes back to the corner. Marcus clears it in, keeps it out. It keeps it into the corner. North Toronto comes up with it. Oh, very weak pass out. Reese comes up with it, gives it to Toth. He cuts over the line. Shot is deflected in the corner. And around the corner, another shot. Close chance, but couldn't get it in. Terriers with some good pressure to end the period here. Now Reese comes up with it. And he gives it down low. Now Reese has it in the corner and puts on the brakes. Backhand pass to Miles. He bounces it into the corner. Reese now takes the shot. Fluttering shot just goes wide. Pinched in by Marcus. Shot blocked in front. And a shot, almost came in. But Reese with a wraparound. Puck just lying there. Shot goes wide, blocked. Has tremendous pressure here by the Terriers, but just can't get it into the net, and the Terriers will clear it down the ice, and a great clear because it's not going to be icing. It's the puck died in the corner before going over the red line, and here come the Terriers with 6 seconds left, and puck is cleared out to the blue line, and now we'll do it for a second period the Terriers would like to forget. Shots on goal in that second period were 9 apiece with a late flurry there. Actually, no, sorry. They had those extra shot at the end there, so it was really 10-9 for the Terriers as they had a flurry of shots there. And they actually are out shooting them 20-15, but unfortunately, that's not where games are decided. Games are decided on the scoreboard, and that's where the Terriers have come up woefully short. And they trail at 6-1 going into the third period here. And there will not be a flood And we will go straight into the third period. And because of the 5-goal difference, the clock should just run here, unless the Terriers can get some goals here and close the gap. So let's see if the Terriers can build on the momentum of that last 2 minutes of the second period and come up with a goal here to try and get back into this hockey game. So they put some really good pressure on the North Toronto defensemen. I'm sure their coach was not happy with their last couple of minutes and probably chatted them about it. But anyway, let's see if the Terriers can go up. Here comes Carlo now, cutting over the blue line. Shot on net, kicked into the corner, comes back to the point to War. He does a long shot, blocked in front and cleared back into the corner. And Terriers pass out in front, intercepted by North Toronto, who backhands it out. And here comes North Toronto cutting in. It's a 2-on-1. No, back check. Close chance, though, from a short side. Went over the net for North Toronto. And the puck is cleared behind the Terriers' net. And a long pass is deflected, and the Terriers will make some changes as North Toronto here comes up and will fire it into the Terriers' end. Another bouncing puck is picked up at the blue line. Long shot goes wide. And it's bounced up and intercepted by North Toronto. Long shot, blocker save. And here come the Terriers. 3-on-2. And I think he just put himself offside. Nope, they didn't count it. Shot, pass in front. Tipped just wide. And cleared into the corner. Bracken comes up with it. Tries to pass it in front. Another pass in front. Puck's just laying there. But cleared away by North Toronto. And Jake will come up with it. He'll come over the blue line. Long shot. Blocker save. Rebound. Tried to get it in the back into the slot. But back comes North Toronto. Good defensive play there by North Toronto, except there is a headshot coming up. And the Terriers were going to get a penalty here with North Toronto going on the power play here with the clock running at 12:24 left in this third period. And it's North Toronto 6, Mississauga 1. So the Terriers will have to kill off a penalty here for the next 2 minutes. Bouncing puck, Costa Price. Cameron Toth intercepts it, and he will shoot it in and go after it. Oh, it's a 4-minute penalty, so it's not 2 minutes they're going to have to kill off. It's a 4-minute penalty that the Terriers will have to deal with here. And the puck comes into the Terriers' end. North Toronto comes up with it. Puck comes out front and backhanded, but kept in. Oh, and Cameron almost had a chance to get a breakaway, but the puck bounced and got over it. North Toronto then, player tried to get in it, and Toth intercepted it and cleared it out to center ice. Now back comes North Toronto, cross-ice pass over the blue line. And he cuts in now, short side shot, goes wide, cleared out in front, back to the left point, one-time shot deflected, saved, back to the left point, long shot goes over the net, and the puck goes rolling out and over the blue line to center ice here with 2:52 left in the double minor here to North Toronto. Puck is cleared back in the Terriers' end, and the puck is cleared off the glass and out, but it went over the glass and out of play with 2:38 left in the game. And 2:28 left in this double minor here. North Toronto comes up with it, goes behind the Terriers' net, back to the left point, cross to the, it was to the right point, cross the left point, drop pass to the left point, one-timer from the back, and and that goal just summed up what we've seen all night. A shot from the point that Zach in net still? That Zach stopped. It actually he did not stop. It deflected over the net and then came bouncing out over the net right in front to a wide open North Toronto player who just tapped it into the net. I mean, the puck just perfectly bounced right off the back of the glass straight to the North Toronto player. And the whistle goes, I'm not sure what the whistle is about here. Pointing at the scoreboard. I think there was some discussion, about maybe the penalty should have been knocked down to 2 minutes. But it seems like because it's a rolling clock, they're not going to do that. So even through all this discussion, the clock continues to move here. And it's now down to 54 seconds left in the power play and 8:32 left in the game. And a 7-1 game. Puck is cleared down the ice. I don't know who broke a mirror on the Terriers today, but somebody did, because there has been some incredible bounces that just blatantly went so perfectly for North Toronto in this game. They'll continue to be on the power play here for another 20 seconds. And shot, and it is saved and kicked wide here. As the North Toronto works it around, we got 6 seconds left in the double minor. And Campbell comes up with it, clears it out center ice, and here comes Harris, one-on-one, and he will cut into the corner with it. Stop on a dime here. Give the puck to Carlo with the penalty over. And Jake puts it back to the point to Ethan. Long shot, save, rebound, and cleared out to center ice. Nicely intercepted by War, who puts it on net. And North Toronto comes up with it at center ice over the blue line. Long shot deflected into the corner. And North Toronto comes up with it. Cross-ice pass into the slot, but War hasn't covered up. Back to the right point. Long shot, and manages to go through a few players and through the goalie into the back of the net. He really didn't see it, and it just managed to squeeze through his pads and into the net. And it's now 8-1 with 6:23 left in the game. Now here comes Connor Keogh cutting in on net. He will draw a penalty as he was hooked, as he burst around the North Toronto forward, and the ref was there for the call, and the Terriers will go on the power play here to try and get the resulting score a little closer here with 5:41 left in the third period. Cleared into the corner. And cleared out, but worked, and now kicked out. He kind of fanned on it, clearing out the North Toronto player, and then he just kicked it into the Terriers' end. And here comes Jake with the puck. And Bento comes up with it, and he's tripped, but the refs just go, you know what? 5 minutes left in the game. But North Toronto player was then rewarded with a partial breakaway or a close-in chance. And fortunately, the shot went wide. Now that one is offside with 4:44 left in the game, 1:11 left in the third period. Cleared on around the boards. And Campbell tried to keep it in, and he couldn't. And the puck comes into the Terriers' end. Long pass up to center, picked up by Harris, and he taps it around the North Toronto forwards, banked into the corner by Cameron. One timer or out in front, Jake just went off his stick, and he has it now behind the net. Taps it out in front, and it's across the ice to Walker, and he'll do a long shot, deflected in front, and saved, and Bracken comes up with it. Cross-side pass, one-timer. What a save. As Walker pinched in, got a feed from Harris, and a point-blank chance. One-timer stopped in close by the North Toronto goalie here with 3:22 left in the game. Kept in by the Terriers. Goes into the corner. Toff comes up with it. Pass out in front, and shot goes off the side of the net, and North Toronto flips it back into the Terriers' end. Bounced out to center ice, and here comes Harris. Drop pass to Harris. Shot over the net. Bouncing puck. Goes behind the net. Terriers, or North Toronto comes up with it, and they will bank it, but not out. Terriers keep it in. Here comes a North Toronto player. He wanted to go for a skate, but lost control of it. But North Toronto player was there to pick it up, and they clear it out across to the blue line. North Toronto cutting in, goes inside, but knocked away by Campbell. And he now gets the puck back to him, and he passes it up to center. And Carroll thought he had it, lost control of it, and back come the North Toronto. Long shot. Saved, and goes into the corner, and Carlo banks it into the corner there, and Carlo comes up with it, and he will try a long pass up the middle to Carroll, and actually goes on net here, and they will cover it up with 1:33 and moving left in the game. Puck is tempted to keep it in, and the puck goes back into the North Toronto end. And less than a minute left in the game. And And the puck is cleared out to the Terriers blue line with 30 seconds to go in the game. Passed up to North Toronto, cutting in, and a shot goes off the side of the net. And North Toronto now will just clear it into the Terriers' end. With 5 seconds left in the game. Puck is covered up, and the horn goes to end the game with North Toronto winning it by a final score of 8-1. Shots on goal in the game by the Terriers, 22. By North Toronto, 20. The final score is North Toronto 8, Mississauga 1. And we will be back from the province of Quebec on Friday as the team heads to Montreal for the Challenge Cup. Until then, good night from Paramount.